But we also understand her reasoning also because, I guess it would have been nice and now you're about to get into a totally different world.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so try and balance the two in a way.
All right, let's go.
Sure.
As much as it's a culture shock, I think that quite a few of us would not mind dating a global celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Okay, no, that got a bit weird.
It did, sure.
What's up, fam? Kamala Munjingampanza, and this is the second official episode of the Radio Meets TV podcast, #RMT podcast for short. We just want to start off by saying thank you so much for the love you've been showing us. Yes, kombisa which you like the content and we like you. Yes, so, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And if you have subscribed, let other people know. Tell them, something is happening this side. Finally Famous TV on YouTube, and follow us on all social media platforms, Finally Famous SA. Siyabong. Kicking off the show, I have reasons to believe that YFM has one of the best breakfast shows in the country. The Way Up Breakfast Show is on fire. I'll tell you why. So Whitney Houston once said in one of her big songs, massive songs, Wuguti, children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. YFM is doing exactly that, connecting children with possible careers together. Check it out.
Why not wake up with the Way Up? Only on Y.
All right, on the line, we've got Gabby with us. Gabby is 12 years old, and when she grew up, she wants to be a veterinarian.
Yes, now, to help us figure out whether she'll make a good vet or not, we've got an actual vet on the line, Dr. Elliot, who works at Craigle Veterinarian Hospital, and she's going to be our professional for the day, going head-to-head with Gabby.
Veterinarians only treat baby animals.
Oh, good. Yes, false.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Gabby.
Now, name one animal that can talk back to you or repeat something back to you.
Gabby, go ahead.
Parrot.
A parrot is correct. Dr. Elliot, is there any advice that you would give Gabby in terms of wanting to become a vet?
Yes, so Gabby, you've picked a very special profession. I'm not going to lie, it's not an easy profession to be in, but it's very rewarding. Yes, you get to work with animals all day, but you must also realize that you also get to work with people more than what you think you do. So that's something very, very important for young people who want to become vets. But it is a very rewarding profession to be in, and I wouldn't do anything else.
Breakfast is on us. It's the Way Up. Only on Y.
I once heard, Uguti, what you want to become as a child is your true purpose in life. And the fact that YFM's breakfast show is connecting children with their true purpose in life, I feel like that's godly. Big ups to Nia Brown, OK Wasabi, Nomto. That is the Way Up Breakfast Show on YFM every single Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Moving on to our next clip, let's head on over to Capricorn FM. You know, South Africa, is becoming something of a mafia state. It's actually really important to own a firearm, in my opinion. But what's more important than owning a firearm is knowing firearm safety. Check it out.
Are you considering it? Do you even own a firearm? Do let me know on 079-8996-226. And that is because today we talk about gun handling. And in studio with me today is Edward O'Reilly from Wildman Hunting and Outdoor Polokwane. And he's also joined by Silo Manamela. They're going to be giving us the steps, the do's and the don'ts of getting yourself a firearm, licensing and all of those things. Talk to us about, the rules that are in place of one or how one should be handling a gun. What are those rules?
Okay, so obviously we've got a lot of golden safety rules regarding firearms. The problem with it is if you don't follow any safety rules, as soon as you have an accidental or negligent discharge and that bullet has to go, it has to go somewhere, you can't ask that bullet to come back. So we've got 4 golden rules if you talk about safety rules regarding firearms. which will be always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction, away from people.
Yeah.
The reason for that is if that accidental discharge goes off, that you know where the bullet is going and that nobody will be injured.
As much as I say everyone needs to own a firearm, or at least every household should have a firearm, some people should not be allowed anywhere near a firearm. But that's the bad kind of crazy. There is a good kind of crazy as well. Just like Loyaputi, who got on his bicycle and cycled from Limpopo all the way down to Cape Town. I mean, that's crazy, but it's a good kind of crazy. More on this, here's Jacaranda FM.
Turn it for the drive with Rob and Roz.
Rob and Roz, thank you so much.
Sort of loosely, which direction did your travels end up taking you? How did you get down to Cape Town?
Towards Hoedspruit. I was using most of the R101, like just off the main roads. And then from Hoedspruit, I went past Mbombela, I went into Barberton. But plus I went into Swaziland. Through Swaziland came into KZN, Piet Retief, Vryheid, Ladysmith, through Pietermaritzburg, Howick, Pietermaritzburg, went down, didn't go to Durban, I went to Scottsburg, followed the coast. It feels like you've arrived when you got to the coast, right? And then there's these undulating hills at the coastline.
South KZN, yeah. Rolling green hills.
You know, I got there and then I went further inland towards Kokstad, and that's where I got one of my meltdowns because you're really climbing.
Yeah.
And went through the Eastern Cape, through the real heart of the Eastern Cape. It's absolutely beautiful. I really underestimated it. And then went down Queenstown, Grahamstown, or Makanda, Gqeberha, and then went up
into the garden routes.
Into the garden route.
And then down to the Cape. I mean, that sounds like the most epic cycle of all. How long did 3,500 Ks take you?
37 days.
Wow.
That's good work.
Yeah. Really, really. And you didn't have any support. So that loneliness really kind of at some point has to kind of start kicking in. And then you've got to keep going back to what am I doing this for, right?
By day 3.
Out of 37.
By day 3 I was really struggling with loneliness. And I made a video because I made a lot of videos, but that's when you see something.
Yeah.
In between that, you just... That's it. That's the sound. And it's you and the road and pretty much nothing else.
The Drive with Rob and Roz. Only on Jacaranda FM. Weekdays from 4 to 7.
Hi, fine. Hi, gang. Claps once. Yo, awuyahlala lo mthisa mfethu. Ayikabi mfethu. Kodwa uhlanya kamnandi mfethu. Uhlanya kamnandi mfethu ngobani? You have to be really mentally strong to pull off a bicycle ride from Limpopo to Cape Town. But you know what? Big ups to Rob and Roz for introducing us to such people, fam. Make sure you catch Rob and Roz on Jacaranda FM every single weekday, Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Actually, that whole story reminded me of something that happened a couple of weeks ago, where Annalem Tota from 947, she handles a breakfast show corner. Annalem Tota interviewed this gent who currently holds the world record for longest Uber ride taken in Africa. This man Ubered from Joburg to Cape Town. How much do you think that was? Where we're at is our next clip with Ulebo, and he chats about trending hashtags on Power FM.
Trending. Yeah, TT, we've been experiencing some abundance of electricity. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing with so much electricity over the past couple of days. And many of us were very cynical as to what could be the plan from Eskom, because majority of the times in history, we've realized that every single time there's a suspension of load shedding, and we end up going all the way up to about stage 6. So while we're experiencing an abundance of electricity, some neighborhoods are dealing with some power cuts. That's including the people of Naturena. And I have to qualify qualify this. Naturena is a neighborhood. You know, there are people that think that it's just known for that other team. Yeah, it's a neighborhood. There are some people
there
that
are people who live there.
Orlando Pirates
That live
who
there.
live in Naturena. So I just had to put it out there and qualify it. But it's also true, TT, that when curses happen, they also spread out in the whole neighborhood, right? Like, because we know the one side of Naturena, there have not been cups in so many seasons and no cups in this season. And now the rest of the society cannot even have a cup of tea this winter season. Not even a cup of tea this winter season. So there are 0 cups happening that side in Naturena. But I really hope that they go and sort out the electricity issue that side, man. Must suck just watching everyone else lit up.
Hashtag Dalimbofu.
Yeah, moving from one highly paid team that always loses to another one. Another one. Now, I'm not firing any shots. I'm just stating facts here. And we support the People's Advocate so much, but his team just can't seem to stop losing. Like, it's just not happening. There are people on social media coming through saying, you know what, ever since I started following current affairs, I have never seen the People's Advocate walk out and say, yeah, it was a well-thought victory, hard fought, but at least we emerged victorious after this. When last did you see that?
Okay, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's
there
been
was
a long,
one, but too long
time.
ago.
So
Yeah.
there was another judgment that was handed down. That's in the former President Jacob Zuma, Billy Downer, as well as Karen Mon case, and it's another L, as you would have expected. But I admire the People's Advocate's tenacity as well, TT, as well as his hustle. Win or lose, this guy just keeps cutting his check, and he doesn't even have to worry about winning because there's at least another Mpofu that's winning in life. You know what I mean? There's a guy who's on TV, there's a guy doing amazing things education-wise, doing podcasts, but he also had to dash the surname because trying to navigate life as a Sonor Mpofu, it was not going to work out for you. You're going to take many else.
That was spicy, but it was entertaining. I like how Lebo delivered his content. Catch more of that on Power FM. Let's move on over to the Northwest Province. There is a radio station called UFM that side, and they've been making major waves lately. I believe they recently acquired DJ Ankle Tap as well, you know, one of South Africa's renowned broadcasters. But we're not talking about him right now. Right now, we are talking about their drive time show, The Convoy with You, with Ubusisiwe Kanyile, talking about new releases and news.
Number 5, it was last week's new entry on that Konka mixtape, man. Nana Tula comes out a smaller DJ Maporisa. That version, I actually really enjoy it. Yeah, I do.
Is it better than the old one?
No. It's not better than the old one, you know, but it's amazing. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Number 4, of course, you guys guessed it, Umbambai. Yes. Inkabi Zezwe, that is Big Julian's Java. Number 3, Gangnam Style. This is taken off his brand new album, Mass Music.
Absolutely.
Stunning song, Joe. Hi, man. Yo, Hamba Tuba at number 2. And number 1.
I get.
You're absolutely correct. At number 1, Mnike, Tyler ICO and Tumelo Zere, they retain the first spot. They retain it. This is now the 4th week.
Imagine, a whole month.
Yeah, it's been a whole month. And trust, it looks like... Come on. I can. No, big shout out to Tyler ICU. It's a huge song, man. I love it for him.
Shout out to UFM and shout out to Ubusisiwe Kanyile. Bati abantu put us on to new music are our peoples. We love to see it. Now, radio is not limited to our beautiful country of South Africa, right? Radio is an international thing. It's happening everywhere, all at once, omnipresently. And today, we thought it might be cool to take a flight to the States. So, Big Boy! Big Boy has a sit-down with Amber Rose, talking about how dating Kanye was a culture shock for her. Now, picture this. Imagine being from Elokshini, whether it's KwaMashu or Mlazi or Kailish or Soweto, and you are now dating this global superstar, you know? Katula Makwinya, Namachips, the next thing, You are in Paris with Versace, meeting Versace, you know? Now, no Jay-Z, no Beyonce, Alana. It must be a lot. But more on this, let's hear what Amber Rose has to say.
As I was very young, I was living in the projects when I met him in the Bronx. And then within a week, I was in Paris, and like it was a culture shock for me. I didn't know how to deal with that culture shock at such a young age. We were really happy in the beginning, but I wish he would have just talked to me and told me what my life was gonna be like. I wish he would have gave me a heads up that if I decide to be with him, this is what your life could be like, and it's not easy. I wish he would have told me that.
Yeah, because it's got to be different coming from being known just by your peers or, you know what I'm saying, to the whole world
within a day.
As much as it was a culture shock for her, I think that just generally speaking now, a lot of us wouldn't mind dating a global superstar. You know what I'm saying? But as much as I say that, I do understand that having your life change like that can affect your mental health. And maybe Kanye should have actually spoken to her about how her life is going to change. You would say, man, it's chila no Beyonce, chila no Jay-Z, so that she can better prepare for it. Big ups to Big Boy for an amazing interview. So if you didn't know, this past Sunday was the Comrades Marathon. And if you remember, last year's Comrades Marathon, there was a gentleman who completed the race, wafika lapha kwi-finish line, and proposed to his girlfriend live on national TV. It was a trending story. So Jay Spoo and Stacey from East Coast Radio caught up with the couple to find out how things are going now. Check it out.
Stacey and Jay Spoo, East Coast Radio.
Hi, Stacey and Jay Spoo. This is Joey Ndlovu. I am the brave man that proposed to my now wife, Prudence, at the finish line of the 2022 Comrades Marathon, and she said yes. We got hitched on the 29th of April this year. We are definitely still in the honeymoon phase, as with all newlyweds. Prudence and I are still finding our feet around each other and our different household. But Prudence has been a blessing. She is very kind and patient with me. Coming home to a nice cooked meal is a bonus, especially in the cold weather. Among her many talents, Prudence is a great cook. Anything from soups to curry, etc. My palate is adjusting nicely to the exotic cooking style. As newlyweds, we do have our challenges, but we have learned early in our relationship that honest communication is key. We barely set foot home, and it felt like I was still running. We were overwhelmed by the positive response from our loved ones and community members. We would like to thank the nation that supported our love story. From the sponsors of our rings to the venues, everyone was so excited and invested in our happily ever after. We are grateful for all the support, love, thoughtfulness and care our South African nation has shown us. Thank you.
To listen to these moments and anything else you might have missed, go to ecr.co.za and click on podcasts.
You know, it really warms my heart when such stories have a happy ending, you know? And I have to say shout out to Jay Spoo and Stacey for following up on that trending story. A lot of the times trending stories just end ngaleso skhathi, but it's nice to know what happened next. And make sure that you catch Jay Spoo and Stacey on East Coast Radio. They host a drive time show every single day, weekday rather, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Big ups. Now from one proposal to another proposal. This time, we're at 947 with their new talent, More Flavor, as he handles a proposal of his own.
And I'm speechless. I just want to say, firstly, thank you so much for making me a man. I am a man now because of you. I would like to redo Will you marry me?
Say it, Vusi. Say it one more time. Ask the question.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
And I think one.
And congratulations to you, the both. Kawe, I love the fact that you said yes because, I mean, what else really could you have said after everything that Vusi has done to make sure that today happens? How do you feel about what just happened?
Sure. Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Mm.
It's a lot. And thank you so much.
Mm.
And also, Vusi. And also, baby. Thank you so much.
Oh, that was such a moment, right? Well done, More Flavor. Make sure you catch More Flavor on 947 every single weekday, Monday to Friday, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And you know what? I actually hope that proposal works out well and has a happy ending. Bashate, ubemnandi, right? Because we all know that proposals can sometimes go horribly wrong. I'll give you an example. Here's a blast from the past. 5 years ago, DJ Spectacular and DJ Naves were holding down the King's Drive on Jacaranda FM when this happened.
It's the Kings on Jacaranda FM.
You might need Abomalume after this proposal. Right? So again, on the line we have Ulwazi. Ulwazi unjani?
Number one, man, Lwazi, you hollered mfethu wathi hey man machita ningincede lapho ngiproposele intombi yami okanjani.
Hayi bafethu ngisizeni ngibambe le nkinjena kanje.
Before siyakude sitshele just a little bit about her, quickly about her.
Well, she's beautiful, she's loving.
Yeah.
Abanye abantu first before her.
Oh.
So you umuntu ongavusa umuntu kababa, yeah. That's basically it.
How long have you guys been together?
For 3.5 years now.
3.5 years?
3.5 years.
That's good enough to know, right?
Sure, that's very no, I have no complaints
I
about
think that's
that.
long enough, eh?
Definitely.
All right, so let's give her a call then. But before we go there, let's set the mood, right, Naves?
Yeah.
Okay, let's set the mood.
How's no music wakhona ne?
Let's give her a call right now.
All right.
What's her name?
What's her name, Loz?
Usne.
Okay,
Usne.
Usne. All right, sure.
Usne. Hello? Hello? Sure. Hello? Hello? Yes? Sure, ngicela unaze phone.
Naze phone ake kusaphumile.
Ufumeke phuba wena.
Ngoba mina ngilo wathenga le phone.
Yo.
Ngilo wathenga le phone mina.
Usho kanjani wathenga le phone ifone ekhokhile mina every month.
Ikhokhela why? Now amaphepha wakho ke.
Is this a prank or what? Ngifuna into ebaleka la vethu ngicela phone.
Mneza phone ake kusaphumile.
Ukwenza kanjani usona uphendule ingcingo zabantu? Ubani vela?
Angazi lalela bot ifoni ikhokhelwe mina usine ifoni uyishela endlini kusaphumile itona.
Okay, let's step in right now. Except Lwazi mancane bethu, except bethu unjani bethu, you're talking to Spectacular, DJ Naves and Clarissa and also Ulwazi. You're on the King's Drive of Jacaranda FM. Come on about bethu.
Oh.
Okay, all right bethu. So Ulwazi lana bethu was calling because he was proposed to intombi yakhe. Manje kuphendula wena so sixakile manje sonke ukuthi kwenzakalani. So I just want to know ukuthi sikhuluma nobani.
Okay, mfethu ngeke ngizisho igama but lalela.
Yeah.
Angazi ukuthi ufuna ukupropose kanjani ukuthi une iCherium ngoba ifoni ibanjwe mina ngoba adela endlini now.
So when nesensene nesikhathi singana nje iChereko?
I guess
Seni be together for isikhathi singana ne?
for quite some time. About 4 years now.
Quite some time.
It's basically ngimenzela yonke into. Nale phone kuyona ithengwa yini.
Uhlala nawo?
Akahlali nami kodwa ujoke yami yafuwa iningubo zakhe so basically uhlala nami. La ehlala khona ukhokhelwa yini every month.
Lwazi, are you aware of this?
Yiba wakhamba mangu ufuneka usiyasebenza ba. Vela yena umkhitho yakhe.
Usuwena asebenza khona.
Angaze ngemsenzini wakho kodwa ngiyabaza abantu asebenza ngaso.
Usinika kahle futhi sileyo wenzela mina yonke into uhlala la emini usuke la ngifike la ngifike la.
Alright, no sharp.
Mfethu, so keep amaqiniso kakhulu. Hold on.
We were helping you with a proposal. I don't know what's happened, so we'll try this again like when you really find somebody serious, nah? 17:30 on the King's Drive. Let's go to news.
Wow.
The King's Drive. Yeah! The King's Drive, Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m.
Yo. You know, that was one of radio's big moments. I remember that moment trending for days. In fact, I believe Trending SA on SABC3 even covered that moment. Now that is radio meets TV for real. Big ups to DJ Spectacular and DJ Naves. You know, every once in a while, we'll be taking one of radio's best moments from the past and we'll be presenting it to you. Whether you've seen it before and it's just a reminder, or it could be new to you. You're like, what, that happened in radio? That's crazy. Whatever the case is, we've got you covered. Well, that's it. The second official episode of the RMT podcast has come to an end. So make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel, Finally Famous TV. If you've already subscribed, let someone else know. Good success. Yabuya la, subscribe la na fethu. Mawul kanjani, catch us on all social media platforms. Finally Famous SA. Show us some love. We love you.